Tourism Regulatory Authority received anonymous complaints against Mr. Sanjeev Kumar, the General Manager for both Taita Hills Resort and Spa. The complaints ranged from the racial discrimination, verbal and physical harassment, and infringement of employees' rights, including denial of employee benefits. Tourism Regulatory Authority has recommended cancellation of Mr. Sanjeev Kumar's work permit to the Directorate of Immigration Services. My name is Benjamin Jomo Washiali. I am the current chairman of Board of Management of Tourism Regulatory Authority, and therefore I'll be privileged to read this statement on behalf of the board and management. The authority's action on reformed complaints against the general manager of Taita Hills Resort and Spa and also Salt Lake Game Lodge. Tourism Regulatory Authority received anonymous complaints against Mr. Sanjeev Kumar, the general manager for both Taita Hills Resort and Spa and Salt Lake Game Lodge in January 2025 and initiated investigations. The complaints ranged from the racial discrimination, verbal and physical harassment, and infringement of employees' rights, including denial of employee benefits such as leave and off days. The evidence submitted to support the complaints included CCTV footage of an incident of aggression by Mr. Sanjeev Kumar, which has been trending in both social and mainstream media. The authority, on receipt of the complaints, initiated investigations and wrote to the directors of the facility requiring written statements from them and appearance of the general manager, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar, to TRA officers to explain himself. The findings of our investigation is, one, Mr. Sanjeev admitted the accusations against him about the verbal abuse and violent harassment of staff captured on CCTV footage on 12 December 2023. The authority received these complaints in January 2025 and began the investigation immediately. Of course, it took some time because the complaints had not been received in our authority. They were only received on 25th of January, and that's when we started taking action. Otherwise, these staff members have been suffering in silence until one of them managed to gain strength to inform us. At the time of our investigation, the general manager and staff stated that the issue was resolved as the GM later apologized to the staff. However, statements of the employees involved in the incident recorded on 15th December 2023 were missing. They were not there, and therefore it necessitated this action. Interviewed staff confirmed that Mr. Sanjeev was very temperamental at the beginning of his term. However, some employees stated that the GM's temper has been declining gradually. Numerous human resource challenges were observed, including lack of a human resource policy and procedure manual that would have detailed procedure for engagement of employees on contractual and casual basis. It is the absence of a HR policy that has caused employees to work on casual basis and long hours than is allowable under the labor laws. Similarly, some employees have been on probation for long periods of time, contrary to the CPA and labor laws, and some promotions recommended by HODs HODs is head of departments were based on favorism. It was also established that both hotels have lacked suitably trained and certified personnel employed to understudy the general manager, with a view to take over the position at the expiry of the validity period of his work permit as required by immigration laws since May 2023. The behavior exhibited by Mr. Kumar are a clear departure from the professionalism of a skilled expatriate employee in the sector expected to transfer his unique technical and managerial skills to the local personnel. I don't know whether that statement is clear, because the people who are meant to be approved to work in our facilities must maintain some threshold of behavior so that we in the tourism sector are satisfied. Such actions compromise the image and reputation of Kenya as a sustainable and quality tourism destination that is managed and driven by the fundamental principles of professionalism and protection of the rights of the sector workforce enshrined in the global and national tourism sector codes of practice. Well-motivated employees result in better quality of service to guests, which contributes positively to marketing Kenya as a premier tourist destination. Expatriates allowed to work in the tourism sector must possess unique and critical skills and expertise that are not readily available in the local market, and their engagement should be beneficial to the country by passing over the unique skills to the local personnel. In view of the foregoing, the authority, and the authority I'm talking of, the Tourism Regulatory Authority, has recommended cancellation of Mr. Sanjeev Kumar's work permit to the Directorate of Immigration Services. We have recommended, and that recommendation, I think, is with the Immigration Department, because his character is not the character that we would want to approve as an authority. Similarly, the directors for both Taita Hills Resort and Spa and Salt Lake Game Lodge are also directed to comply with the following directives within 30 days. 1, develop and submit a copy of human resource policy and procedure manual to the authority, to our authority, TRA. 2, issue substantive contracts to the employees who are working without contracts. 3, process promotions for employees who were already promoted and has not been effected. 4, source for and appoint a qualified general manager for the facilities and unit managers for each of the two units, meaning hotels. In the event that the directors wish to engage a foreign general manager or employee in future, they shall be expected to prove that the skills and expertise of the expatriate employee are not readily available in Kenya. 5, and last condition that we have put to the directors is submit. We have asked the director to submit a written report on the status of implementation of these directives to the authority. This statement also puts on notice the entire tourism and hospitality subsector operators involved in the similar labor malpractices and mistreatment of staff, that the authority will take stern action against the establishments that will be found to have violated the constitutional provisions and relevant pieces of legislation protecting the fundamental rights of employees. The authority henceforth will enhance its assessment on labor and employment issues during its routine quality audit exercises in all tourism enterprises, in collaboration with the relevant agencies, to comprehensively address the rising cases of labor malpractice with a view to promote productivity, professionalism of the sector workforce, to enhance quality service delivery, reputation, and competitiveness of the destination Kenya. That is the statement. We have made a few, I think.
Thank you very much, Chair, board members, and my colleagues. Ours is to reiterate our position as a regulator, that we are here to ensure that we have quality service. We are here to ensure that all the professionals in the tourism sector are well regulated. We are also, we have received quite a number of complaints with other facilities. And as TRA, we are giving a position that all investors in the sector, directors, owners of facilities, if they want to bring on board a foreigner, please ensure that the work permit passes through us as a regulator to the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, who will do recommendation to immigration. This specific case was recommended in 2022. Unfortunately, in 2024, a renewal was done without passing through the right procedure. And that is why we are in the situation we are. And we are appealing to all the other facilities, because I've mentioned before, we are investigating quite a number where general managers are using vulgar language on staff, they are mistreating staff, and we are saying that has to stop. Any investor in the sector, please ensure that all your employees, especially those having work permits, make sure that they treat their staff well, because this is an habit that we have been experiencing in the sector, and we will not hesitate in taking action. So the chair has read what we have advised the hotel to do. They have like 5 items that they need to fulfill, up to and including employing a new general manager. Because this one we are expecting a Department of Immigration to take action, and we have recommended cancellation of the work permit. So we don't expect this gentleman to be working in that facility. So, and in case the directors of Taita, Salt Lake, and Taita Hills decide to do otherwise, we are going to take legal action, and we are also going to issue cancellation of the license. And that is our role as a regulator. So that is what we want to say. We are in support of the sector, and we want the sector to be well regulated, and we want the staff in the sector to give the best service in line with the standards that we have offered as Tourism Regulatory Authority. Thank you very much.
Yeah.